I want to salute you and welcome you to this event in the name of the Friedrich-Ebert-Stiftung in Sofia, personally also in the name of the Friedrich-Ebert-Stiftung, the Friedrich-Ebert-Stiftung's regional project in Southeast Europe, who has prepared the study that we are going to launch today. What we are considering in the study is that the current enlargement strategy has it wrong, putting the cart before the horse. While the region's economic health is at the heart of its political future, only unleashing the market where social structures are weak means giving an advantage to those already powerful, already well connected. And it enables the evolvement of an unfair economic competition with high social and high political inequality, leading to unstable economies, indebted economies, and low levels of trust, participation, education, and social mobility. The study we present today has therefore been commissioned by the Regional Project for Southeast Europe of the Friedrich-Ebert-Stiftung, based on available data from Albania, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Croatia, Kosovo, Macedonia, and Serbia. It does not only take stock of inequality in these countries, but also formulates concrete policy recommendations. Mirna is a researcher at the Center for Social Research, Analitika in Sarajevo, focusing especially on public and social policy and public administration. And we will hear the key findings of the report from you now. The floor is yours.
Inequality in the region is a difficult phenomenon to study because there are some problems with data comparability, as some of you might be aware of. So thanks to the implementation of a survey that measures income and living conditions, the EU SILC, which has been conducted in the region in recent years, we now know that levels of income inequality in Southeast Europe are among the highest in Europe. In Serbia, inequality levels remain high, while they have seen a downward trend in Macedonia in recent years, but still remain relatively high. What are the reasons why inequality is so high in the region? Well, comparative research suggests that labor markets are one of the main culprits of inequality. And I think two aspects should really be stressed here. First of all, labor market performance is weak in most countries, as reflected in high unemployment and low activity rates. Moreover, different groups such as youth, Roma, women, and persons with disability have a particularly hard time in accessing labor markets in the region. So here we can essentially see general and youth unemployment rates for 2016 for the region. And as you can see, youth unemployment is staggeringly high in most of the countries, especially so in Bosnia, in Kosovo, etc. So another important point when looking at inequality is that tax and transfer systems could definitely do more to reduce inequality in the region. Social protection and tax systems are seen to offset increases in market income inequality, but it is questionable to what extent they do so in Southeast Europe. Tax systems, especially personal income taxes, are insufficiently progressive or redistributive. Moreover, the tax burden is high on low-wage earners, which may discourage essentially the work in the formal sector. Income inequality is directly tied to inequality of opportunity. A lack of access to quality education poses a serious threat to both equality of opportunity and of outcome in Southeast Europe. Moreover, data from the region essentially show that those who have higher levels of educational attainment are less likely to be at a risk of poverty, social exclusion, or in-work poverty. they are more likely to be employed, and their children are also less likely to be at risk of poverty. Moreover, different indicators also show that pupils and students from the CE region do not have equal access to education. For instance, there's lack of access for students with disabilities, Roma, students from poor households, and those who are residing in rural areas.
Thank you, Mirna. Of course, everybody is invited also to pick up a study on their way in or out. I want now to pass on the word to Sergej Stanishev on my right. I suppose no long introduction is needed. Sergej Stanishev was Bulgaria's prime minister from 2005 to 2009, leader of the Bulgarian Socialist Party.
Thank you very much, Helene. Преди всичко искам да благодаря на Фондация Фридрих Еберт, на организаторите на тази конференция, както и на екипа, който е подготвил изследването, за този много полезен поглед върху икономическото и социалното състояние и по-специално неравенствата на Западните Балкани. Реално икономическо и социално развитие, без преодоляване на вътрешните противоречия в стандарта на живот, огромните неравенства, които бяха представени, самото членство в Европейския съюз формално няма да реши проблемите. Не е панацея само по себе си. Затова, между другото, говори и опита на България, и на опита на Румъния, защото в обществото ни беше създадено очакване, че ето, стремим се, работим, полагаме усилия, 1 януари 2007 година влизаме в Европейския съюз и автоматично всичките ни проблеми са решени. Те не са решени. По никакъв начин. Създават се нови възможности, но ако те не бъдат оползотворени чрез целенасочена политика за стандарта на живот, за икономическа конкурентоспособност, тогава неизбежно настъпва и разочарование. И се заражда евроскептицизъм. Да, в България той, слава Богу, е на доста ниски нива по сравнение с много други страни. Но проблемът, който днес се обсъжда, наистина е ключов. Не само икономически и социален, и политически въпрос.
Well, thanks a lot. Our second commentator is on my left, Dragan Tevdovski from Macedonia. Dragan is a part of the cabinet of Zoran Zaev, serving as Minister of Finance since 2017.
Thank you. First, it is my great pleasure that I'm today in Sofia. Must say big thanks to the Friedrich-Ebert Foundation, because it is probably the main driver of the creation and the development of the progressive and the left ideology, especially in our region, in the Western Balkans. At the beginning also I must say congratulations to the author. I think that Mirna writes excellent study with a lot of data, a lot of numbers, explanations and policy recommendations for fight against the inequality. I want also to provide a few comments about the study, about the main recommendation, but now from different perspective, from the perspective of someone who not only writes in the past something about with the thinking of the progressive or the left, but maybe more problematic to implement this. So the first is about the labor market and the decent job. Probably the first important measure that the Macedonian government undertake in the mandate was significant increase of the minimum wage of around almost 25%. We increased in September 2017, and the conservative thinking was that it will create a massive layoff of the workers, and it is not right because of increase of the wages should be after the increase of the productivity. Mirna is absolutely right about the educational systems, and that we in the region we must put probably much greater emphasis of the importance of the quality of the public education. I am afraid that in the most of our countries, if we do not make something about the quality of the education, we will start to follow the trend of the Latin America, where only rich people could afford their children to go in the quality of the education, of course, in the private education.
Well, thank you so much, Dragan, also for showing the political courage that I before mentioned, because when I look at my own country, where the circumstances are a lot better, and how slow it is to bring on reform, much needed reform, I feel we would need some of that courage that you show.